Some matches feel bigger before the first serve is even hit. This was one of them. Alex Eala versus Maya Joint. A rematch carrying heartbreak, revenge, pressure, and unfinished business onto the grass courts of Wimbledon. Because this wasn't simply another second-round match. One of these players had already shattered the other's dream once before. And the other had just shocked the entire tennis world by ending Serena Williams' emotional comeback run. Now fate had pushed them back onto the same court again. And suddenly, everybody was watching. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we break down the emotional story behind one of Wimbledon's most compelling matchups, Alex Eala versus Maya Joint. The rivalry, the heartbreak, the Serena Williams shockwave, and why this rematch suddenly became one of the most important moments of both players' careers. And honestly, this story feels almost too dramatic to be real. Every rivalry needs an origin story. And this one began months before Wimbledon ever started. On paper, Alex Eala and Maya Joint looked completely different. Alex Eala represented one of the fastest rising stories in women's tennis. The Filipina star trained at the prestigious Rafael Nadal Academy in Spain, developing her game alongside elite international talent from a young age. Long before casual fans knew her name, people inside tennis already believed she was special. She captured major junior titles, worked relentlessly through qualifiers, absorbed difficult losses early in her professional career, and slowly climbed into territory very few players from Southeast Asia had ever reached before. By 2026, Eala was no longer viewed as a future prospect. She had become a genuine contender. Her ranking climbed into the top 30. She entered Wimbledon as the first Filipina player ever seeded at the tournament. And perhaps most importantly, she carried the hopes of an entire nation with her. Back home in the Philippines, her matches had become events. Fans stayed awake through impossible time zones to watch her compete. Tennis participation exploded. Young players suddenly believed international success was possible. Alex Eala wasn't just representing herself anymore. She was representing possibility. But before Wimbledon, there was Eastbourne. And Eastbourne changed everything. For most tennis fans, the Eastbourne Open is simply a warm-up tournament before Wimbledon. For Alex Eala, it became one of the most painful moments of her young career. She played brilliant tennis all week. Every round seemed to strengthen her confidence. Her movement improved. Her grass court instincts sharpened. And by the time she reached the final, many believed they were witnessing the beginning of her breakthrough moment. Her first WTA title stood one match away. Then came Maya Joint. What followed became one of the most emotionally exhausting matches of Eala's career. Momentum shifted constantly. Long rallies pushed both players physically and mentally. Several times, it looked like Eala had complete control. Several times, Maya Joint somehow dragged herself back into the fight. And when the final point ended, it was Maya Joint lifting the trophy. Not Alex Eala. For many players, losing hurts. But losing when victory feels within reach creates a completely different kind of pain. Especially for a first career title. That memory stays with athletes. The missed opportunities, the pressure points, the moments they replay alone afterward wondering what could have changed. And quietly, without anybody realizing it at the time, Eastbourne planted the emotional foundation for this Wimbledon rematch. Because tennis players never truly forget certain defeats. Especially not against the same opponent. Months passed. Both players continued climbing. Both improved. Both developed momentum. But somewhere in the background, one question kept lingering. What happens if they meet again? Then Wimbledon arrived. And suddenly the stakes became even bigger. Because before Maya Joint could face Alex Eala again, she had to play Serena Williams. Even now, that sentence feels surreal. Serena Williams, one of the greatest athletes in sports history, returned to Wimbledon attempting one more incredible comeback story. The entire tennis world focused on that opening round match. Most people expected Serena's experience and greatness to carry her through. Instead, Maya Joint delivered the biggest win of her career. She defeated Serena Williams in a dramatic 3-set battle. And overnight, everything changed. Suddenly, Maya Joint wasn't just Alex Eala's former opponent anymore. She became the player who ended Serena Williams' comeback run. The player everybody was talking about. Social media exploded instantly. Tennis analysts scrambled to react. And then fans realized who Maya Joint would play next. Alex Eala. The same Alex Eala she had already broken months earlier in Eastbourne. That realization transformed this from an interesting second-round match into must-watch drama. Immediately, tennis fans split into emotional camps. Alex Eala supporters viewed this as destiny. A redemption opportunity. A chance for Eala to erase the most painful loss of her young career on one of tennis' biggest stages. Meanwhile, Maya Joint supporters argued something equally valid. Why should anyone assume Eastbourne was a fluke? Joint had already proven she could handle pressure against Eala. Now she had also beaten Serena Williams at Wimbledon. Maybe she simply matched up well against Eala's game. And honestly, that uncertainty became the entire reason people couldn't stop talking about this match. Because there was no obvious answer. No guaranteed hero. No clear villain. Just two dangerous young players carrying completely different forms of momentum toward the same court. For Alex Eala, the emotional pressure felt enormous. She already carried the responsibility of being the first-seeded Filipina in Wimbledon history. Every victory meant something bigger than rankings. Every defeat became public conversation. And now she faced an opponent directly connected to one of the toughest losses of her career. Meanwhile, Maya Joint carried her own challenge. Beating Serena Williams changes expectations immediately. The spotlight becomes brighter. The pressure increases. People stop seeing you as an underdog and start expecting consistency. Could she emotionally reset after such a massive career moment? Or would the Serena victory emotionally drain her before this rematch? Those questions hovered over the entire build-up. And then there was the tactical side. Alex Eala had already spoken earlier in the season about adapting her game for modern power tennis. She discussed developing more layers to her style rather than relying purely on strength. That quote suddenly felt incredibly important heading into this rematch. Because Maya Joint thrives on pace and aggressive ball striking. To beat her, Eala would likely need patience, variation, discipline, tactical intelligence. Not just power. Statistically, the rivalry remained incredibly close. Joint technically held the head-to-head advantage thanks to Eastbourne. But Eala entered Wimbledon with stronger overall consistency across the season. A better grass court record. More complete recent form. In other words, nobody truly knew what would happen. And maybe that uncertainty made the story even better. Because sports become unforgettable when the outcome feels emotionally impossible to predict. For Alex Eala, victory would mean closure. Proof that Eastbourne did not define her. Proof that she could evolve beyond heartbreak. Proof that she belonged among the sport's rising elite. For Maya Joint, another victory would mean something equally important. Validation. Confirmation that her previous win wasn't luck. Confirmation that Serena Williams wasn't simply a one-match miracle. Confirmation that she herself belonged on these stages too. That's why the entire tennis world suddenly became obsessed with this match. Not because it guaranteed greatness, but because it guaranteed emotion. Two rising careers. One painful history. One enormous Wimbledon stage. And only one player walking away with the story she wanted. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Alex Eala versus Maya Joint Wimbledon rematch, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more premium tennis documentaries, rivalries, emotional stories, and behind-the-scenes coverage from the biggest tournaments in the world. Because sometimes, the most unforgettable Wimbledon matches begin long before the first serve.